Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be trying to show you how to work with a character that was built around the mannequin skeleton. In this demo I'm using a futuristic soldier pack that can be found on the marketplace here. And basically it's the same exact skeleton as the mannequin. The only difference really is the mesh, and so I'm going to try to show you how to easily get this working with the advanced locomotion system. Yeah, so basically as you can see, everything is the same. The joints are in the same positions, the rotations are exactly the same, all of the naming conventions are the same here. So basically it's built exactly to fit the mannequin. And I just added this pack in, and if you open up the mesh folder you can see all the meshes here. Right now it's using its own skeleton right here, and so basically we want to get all of these meshes to reference the mannequin skeleton instead. The easiest way to do that, if I click on all of these meshes, I can right click and I can edit them in the properties matrix, and then I'll open this up, and by selecting all of them up here in the mesh tab you can actually just change that really easily. And then you'd also want to change the physics asset to use the mannequin physics asset, and then same with the lighting physics asset here. So basically everything is now re-referenced to use the mannequin skeleton and physics asset. And let me just save everything here. And if we do this correctly, if I delete the physics asset from the folder and the soldier skeleton, I shouldn't get any references here because everything was changed. So now, as you see, if I open up the mannequin skeleton, go here to preview mesh, I can select any of these new character meshes that we just referenced, or basically set to use the mannequin skeleton asset. So now I'm just going to make a new character. The easiest way to do that is to either duplicate this mannequin character or just create another child of the base character, and this is basically a child of that. So I'm just going to duplicate that. I'll name it, let's see, soldier character, like so. Open that up, open the full blueprint editor, and all you got to do is change this mesh here. I'm going to set it to something like that, and then you might need to clear those materials so those reset. Also, maybe you can change the first person camera position, something like that looks good. Alright, going to drag and drop that in the level. And then to get this easily playable, if you scroll down here in the details panel, under the pawn section, auto possess player right here, set that to player 0. And now if I play it, boom, the character's working. And you will notice that IK right now is not working, and I'll just show you that in a second. But everything else, including the ragdoll, is just working straight away because it's using all of the same animations, all of this, like the same skeleton, everything's exactly the same as the mannequin. Alright, so to get inverse kinematics working, in the advanced locomotion system, I basically use a post-process instance, and you can actually set that per skeletal mesh right down here, the separate animation blueprint, and that will run on every instance of this skeletal mesh. And doing it this way is pretty flexible because you can have separate blueprints for each mesh, or you can just use the same one. In this case we can use the same one because basically all the proportions and everything are the same. So if I were to go in here to meshes, select all of these again like we did before, open the properties matrix, and then if you select all of these, go into the skeletal mesh tab, you can see here's a section for post-process animation blueprint, and then we have to select that in the content browser, select it, apply that, Save all. And now, if I go into a soldier character mesh, you can see that that's applied down here in the post-process animation blueprint. And so if I play, you'll notice a kind of a weird bug here. So it's actually working. If you can see the pelvis is getting offset, but the feet aren't. And this is kind of a strange bug. I'm not exactly sure why this happens, but there's a really easy workaround. And one of the kind of hints that this might happen, if you open up the mannequin skeleton, you can see here I have these virtual bones that I created, and that just helps with the knees during the IK process. And if you click on them, it should highlight it in this skeletal mesh. But if I change the preview mesh to, say, one of the other characters, it's just no longer there. Let's just see. So I'm clicking on the virtual bone, it's not there, and that I found is related to this issue where the feet are not offsetting but the pelvis is. So the easiest way to change that, if you just click and rename selected, let's see, rename virtual bone, just hit it again. For some reason that like reloads the skeleton or something, so now these virtual bones show up. And also that means that the inverse kinematics is working here, so the feet get offset. And so that's basically it. That's one of the easiest ways to get another character working. Ragdoll works, getting up, everything is the same. I can go to first person. So yeah, that's the first setup. Again, this is the easiest method because this character, or these meshes anyway, were made to fit the mannequin exactly. And yeah, so there's a whole bunch of meshes in here. But yeah, so you might run into that if you're doing a lot of marketplace assets, because a lot of them use the mannequin skeleton. But that's by far the easiest method, so just wanted to show you that.